I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we got a 90s fitness pop channel on the Pandora here at Universal Fitness in Crown Point, and it's making me want to bounce the tush, bounce the pecs. What's going on, guys? It is the foregone conclusion. Nick Cutler, Wrestling for Warriors champion, Tiger Fitness. Ooh, Tiger Fitness. MTS Nutrition affiliate, personal trainer at Anytime Fitness in Crown Point, Indiana. That's this here beautiful facility. That is empty except for myself and one other patron. Trained a client this morning. Had my 7:30 cancel, so I'm sipping on my Clash from MTS Nutrition, getting ready for my back and bicep workout. But first, I got some time. So let's talk, guys. What's going on in the world today? I'll tell you what's going on in the world today. This week in WWE, it was announced that there would be a Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal for the ladies of World Wrestling Entertainment at WrestleMania, to which there was a huge media backlash. People weren't happy about the fact that a Battle Royal was being named after someone who supposedly was pimping out her trainees for very little money, taking a huge portion of their contract whenever they would actually find work, and doing some other unsavory things. Unsavory for both back then and nowadays. Some people sit there and like to say, the business was different back then. Nah, a piece of shit in 1970 is a piece of shit in 2018. Let me just go ahead and lay that foundation down for you right now. So the question was, do you memorialize Moolah's contributions to the business, or do you not? After all, the Fabulous Moolah is one of the greatest female performers of all time. When you think women's wrestling and World Wrestling Entertainment, you think of the Fabulous Moolah. But there is that stigma that is attached to her. So do we memorialize her? Well, that's a very, very, very touchy subject. Let's look at some of the other things that are going on in World Wrestling Entertainment that are a little bit hypocritical. So we don't memorialize the Fabulous Moolah because of what she supposedly did back in her heyday to some of her trainees. But we are memorializing the Iron Sheik, who was arrested for cocaine possession and has gone off on tangents where he uses homophobic slurs, racial slurs, so on and so forth. He still has a seat in the Hall of Fame, but we took Hulk Hogan out of the Hall of Fame because he went on a racially slurred epitaph on tape however many years ago. So we got to take him out, but the Iron Sheik's okay. He can go ahead and stay in, and we can't put China in the Hall of Fame because she's done porn, but let's go ahead and leave Sunny in there because she did porn after she was inducted. But the problem is that the tape of Hogan making all these racial slurs came out after he was inducted, but we took him out. So why aren't we taking Sunny out for turning to porn? Or if we're going to leave Sunny in, then why don't we put China in, even though she did porn? But at that point, where do you draw the line is what it comes down to. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? For those of you that sit there and say that you want to memorialize Moolah's career but not Moolah as a person, do you say the same thing for Chris Benoit? Do you want Chris Benoit's career to be memorialized by putting him in the Hall of Fame, but making a little asterisk next to his name, including the fact that his life ended horrifically, as did the lives of his wife and child, at his own hands? It's one way or it's the other, guys. Now, me personally, I emulate Chris Benoit. He's one of my idols when it comes to performing. But when it comes to being a person, Chris Benoit cannot be remembered in the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, are the things that Fabulous Moolah did nearly on the level that they were, that Chris Benoit's are? No, absolutely not. Taking someone's life is never going to be able to be compared to pimping out people for less money than they're worth, or taking their money, or whatever the shenanigans were that were going on. I'm not going to get into details because Moolah's not here to defend herself. But my point of this video is that we can't just pick and choose where we want our standards to be, ladies and gentlemen. you're either of the right morality or you're of the wrong morality. And if you're of the right morality, you have to have the capability to say, like I just did about Chris Benoit. Fabulous Moolah was an amazing performer. She did countless things for the business and was a pioneer of women's wrestling. But should she be remembered due to the things that probably took place? No, she really shouldn't. Should Chris Benoit be remembered in the Hall of Fame? No, he should not. So on and so forth. You can't pick and choose when you want to enforce the law. It's the law all the time, or it's not the law any of the time. And I touched on this in my video last week when we were talking about the wrestling business in general. You can't sit there and say that the wrestling business is just like any other business until it doesn't fit your narrative, and then it's, oh no, it's, it's the wrestling business, it's different. Nah, newsflash, guys. Don't use the fact that it's the wrestling business to try to justify you being a shitty human being or making a shitty business decision. Just own up to your mistakes. And that's it, guys. You can catch me in a few weeks at Heroes and Legends in Fort Wayne, Indiana on Saturday, April 21st. Huge convention where I will be facing the no chin having himself, James Ellsworth, former WWE superstar. The following week, I will be defending the Wrestling for Warriors Championship for the first time since winning it from Sean Davari at Wrestling for Warriors last year. Who knows who I'm going to be defending him against? You got Tommy Dreamer, you got Billy Gunn, you got Hardcore Holly, you got Kevin Thorne, you got a plethora of names that are down there, and one of them is going to be my opponent for the Wrestling for Warriors Championship. You guys will have to be on hand to find out who. Follow me on all forms of social media. Nick Cutler on Facebook, Cutler Coalition on Twitter, Cutler Coalition 88 on Instagram, NCUTLER8869 on Snapchat. Get all of your supplementation needs at my personal affiliate link for TigerFitness.com, including the brand itself, MTS Nutrition. Shoot me a message if you guys have any questions. This is the foregone conclusion. Nick Cutler, Wrestling for Warriors champion, Tiger Fitness MTS Nutrition affiliate, personal trainer at Universal Fitness in Crown Point. Hashtag FitDad if you guys are interested in taking part in Dark Horse Fitness, my personal training business. Shoot me a message for rates and availability. Discounts apply for multiple sessions, payment in advance, and couples training. I am also offering online training now as well. So if you're unable to train with me in person here in Crown Point, Indiana, you're geographically incapable of getting here, no worries. Just shoot me a message. We'll write you out a training regimen. We'll write you out a diet. We'll do weekly updates, photographic evidence to make sure you guys are staying in check, and I will be holding you guys accountable for the goals that you want to accomplish. Shoot me a message on any of those social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat. And until next time, I'm burping up Clash, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Stay Cutler strong.